I grew up in a Catholic household. At 14 years old, I was molested and went through a court process and everything, and that kind of turned me away from God. Then when I was 15, my boyfriend passed away in a car accident. I was there with him when he took his last breath, and when they claimed time of death, I swore God off. I said, no more, no more. I've been hurt enough, and I turned my back. And after that, my life had a series of events. I was a runaway at 16, didn't go back to my parents until I was 18. I had my first son, and I would almost mock God. I would say, I believe in me. I had a very bad car accident in 2006, and I almost died. The injuries that I sustained, most people don't come back from. I had a brain injury, and I came out of it, and I was out of the hospital within months, and okay. And instead of leaning on my faith and saying, God spared me, I said, I believe in the God of terror. I believed in myself. I saved myself. I did all the work. I did this. I didn't change on that for a while. Then I met Amanda Moyer, who she was a nurse for caregivers at the time, and we had similar stories and similar experiences, and she opened up to me one day, and she talked to me, and she told me, she says, why don't you come to church with me? And I said, they don't want me in a church. The church will fall down on top of me. It won't be a good situation. And she said, no, you can come and sit with Stu and I, and I did. And I was moved at the worship music. Then when Pastor Bob spoke, it was just, I felt like he was speaking to me. Like, it wasn't about, my past. It wasn't about the sins that I've committed. It's about overcoming them and getting past them and knowing Jesus already died for my sins, that I'm already forgiven, and I don't have to live in that despair. And then in 2016, I had my second son, and I asked Amanda, I said, Amanda, I think I'm ready to be baptized. I spoke with Pastor Bob, and I started doing the classes, and I got baptized. And Amanda told me, she says, be careful, watch, because now that you have accepted Christ as your Savior, the devil's gonna work 10 times harder, because he's like, no, I want that person back, And I thought, no, I got this. I'm good. I'm praying, I'm going to church, But I don't think I truly understood what it meant to surrender and give your life to Christ. I just did the show part of it. And 10 days after I was baptized, I relapsed after 5 years of sobriety. After I relapsed, I thought, oh my gosh, there's no coming back from this. I'm not forgiven. This didn't work. God wasn't with me. He didn't help me through this. He was supposed to make me strong, so when that temptation came, that it would be gone. And it wasn't. And that was a 3-year relapse, and I lost everything. I lost custody of my kids. I lost myself. I lost my self-worth. And it ended up where I attempted my own suicide. When it was a failed suicide attempt, I knew that was the bottom I could believe in. And I said, God, okay, I'm meant to be here. I tried, but I'm meant to be here. Help me. I went to rehab the next day and cleaned up, and when I got out, I haven't looked back. I see other people struggling with what I've gone through, and that's what my purpose is to help people get through that and to let them know that there is a light, there is somebody with you, and he's waiting for you. He's been waiting for you. You just need to reach out. Ever since I did that, I haven't had a craving. I haven't had that, because I feel empowered. I feel like I'm not alone in this. You believe, and Jesus will be there, and God will be there. It doesn't matter how low you have been. It doesn't matter what your past is. I now have custody of both my boys, working on buying a house. I've got a full-time job. I work with those in recovery. I'm a grateful person in long-term recovery. I have 2.5 years this month. And and a lifetime to go, and I can't wait for what God has in store for me. If somebody is struggling with addiction, with trauma from your past, God has never left you. He's been with you, and He's going to be with you. He's waiting for you just to reach out to Him.